I know that you made some mistakes, but I want to tell you, thank you for not picking up the anchor. Thank you for not quitting. See, there's a certain level of satisfaction that you get when you truly earn something versus you've been given something. And there's a certain level of satisfaction that you have when you know you put in the time, the blood, the sweat, and the tears versus something just being handed to you. Put in the time. You enjoy it so much better because you know I've earned this. Sometimes people look at people's lives and what they're doing, the things that they're accomplishing, but you don't know the price tag that they have to pay to get to where they are. Be careful what you focus on, because one thing you've not seen their faith, you've not seen their anchor. And so before you judge somebody else, you don't realize the hell that they have to go through, the storms they have to encounter. You don't realize how long they've been waiting on God. But one thing they did do is they dropped that anchor thing out, right? I don't care who can say I look like a fool. I don't care who's with me or who's against me. My anchor is dropped. I look and say, okay, God, keep on blessing them, God, because I don't know exactly what it took for God, and they're believing in you, God. Continue to bless them, God. You don't know. You can't see somebody's faith. You can't see their anchor either. I'm here because of the grace of God. You don't know what it took for me to stand here. You don't know what it's taken for me to keep standing here. Pick up your anchor and leave, that's fine. I'm keeping my boat right here. God didn't tell me to leave, so I'm not going. And it will come to manifestation. Why? Because I have released the anchor. When you release the anchor, you're releasing your faith. You release your faith, you release your hope. And together, that alone, God said, okay, now I see. You're serious because you have the faith. You release your hope. You're calling me on what my word says. God said, now watch. Watch. Everyone else is watching you for the wrong reason. You watch how I come through on your behalf. I'm going to show you why you trust me. So if Abraham had the opportunity to go back and tell Abram and Sarah, say, look, thank you for not throwing in the towel. Thank you for not giving up. Thank you for not quitting. I appreciate it so much. If you only knew that your faith and your hope and that anchor that you released, if you only knew on the other side what God had. Yeah. The anchor can hold and I won't drift. Why? Because he doesn't drift. His promises are yes and amen, so I can be still and know that he is God. That the anchor can hold because he is holding me. And I'm convinced that neither death, nor life, nor angels, nor demons, nor present, or future, nor any power, neither height, nor depth, absolutely nothing can separate me from the love of God. Because I've released my anchor. I'm standing on my anchor saying, God, all right, God, I know it doesn't matter, God, height or depth, wide or low, left or right. So if the water rises, it does not matter. Because I'm convinced. I'm convinced that none of these things, not death, not life, absolutely nothing. Because I have released my anchor. God, I know that you're going to do it, God. I know you're capable, God. And I'm going to stand here. I don't care if they tell me I look like a fool. I don't care if they don't understand. God, this is the place where I'm supposed to be. So I release my anchor and I wait on the manifestation no matter how long it takes. No matter how long it takes. Hope is the anchor that keeps us unshakable in a shakeable world. Think about that. It keeps us unshakable in a shakeable world. When the water rises and the winds come, it may press me, but it won't move me. I feel the wind, but I'm still not going to move. I see the waves, but I'm still not going to move. I feel the pressure, but I'm not going to move because I know that it's not God put me there, so God's going to be God's responsibility to make sure that he takes care of me because my anchor is set. I release my anchor, God. This is my faith and my hope, God, all in one. My anchor is set. 1 Corinthians 15:58 says, therefore, my dear brothers and sisters, stand firm. Let nothing move you. Always give yourself fully to the work of the Lord because you know that your labor in the Lord is not in vain. My eyes are focused on the hills. My foundation is built upon the rock. Why? Because I've anchored. I have my faith, I have my hope, and I'm anchored. I've released my anchor. So that way, scriptures like this, that applies to me. I'm not going to move because I know that God has me. And so I stand firm. Let absolutely nothing move you. I'm focused. Matthew 7:24 says, therefore everyone who hears these words of mine and puts them into practice is like a wise man who built his house on a rock. The rain came down, the streams rose, the wind blew and beat against that house, yet it did not fall because it had its foundation on the rock. You can try to beat me, but you will not ever be able to defeat me because I'm anchored. Look at your neighbor's house and I'm anchored. I'm anchored. I'm not budging. I've released my anchor. I've released it. This past week we were celebrating my wife's birthday, right? And so we were having a conversation when we went out to dinner, and she said, you know what? I like this season that we're in. And I said, I like it too. It was a really deep conversation, right? But as I thought about that statement, I took a moment and I looked up to heaven and I said, you know what, God, thank you. And then I closed my eyes and I thought back to the place where we had nothing. To the time where even though it was not true, but it felt like our world was falling apart. Where we didn't have two nickels to rub together. And I remember that day that we made a decision together. I said, you know what, God, I can't live like this. I don't want to live like this, God. This is not the best that you have for me. And I looked at her. She looked at me. I said, that day, we said, you know what? Today we're going to make a decision that our lives can change. We're going to trust God and what he has for our life. And then what we did that day is what? We released our anchor. We said, you know what? We're going to make some decisions. Some things are going to have to change. There's some things that we won't be able to do. But my God, I do not want to live in my 40s like I'm living in my 30s. What am I saying? I'm saying you have the ability to make a decision today that your older self is like, thank you. But so many times, we're so focused on the right now, not realizing that the decisions we make now are only going to hinder us down the road. So I challenge everybody in this church that you make a decision, you release your anchor so that yourself 5 years from now will be like, you know what, thank you. And then 5 years from now, thank you. And after 5 years from now, thank you. I said, God, I don't want to live like that in my 40s like I'm living in my 30s. And then I was reminded that I'm only 37. I said, God, thank you for turning it around before I thought you could. I'm not where I want to be, but thank God I'm not where I used to be. God, I thank you that together, my wife and I, we released our faith. We released our anchor. And we said, God, I know you can do it. And we watched him come to pass. And so when she says, you know what, I like this season that we're in, I can say, you know what, I like this season that we're in too. God, thank you. And now I know that, God, because I released my anchor, God, I see what you're capable of doing. Good word. We came in agreement. We dropped that anchor of hope. That things could change. That things will turn around. That we will make some hard decisions and we'll be good stewards over what's been entrusted to us. No pun intended on the good stewards. That God could bless us. Not just bless us, but bless us so that we could be a blessing. I say, God, if you turn things around, God, I will find the opportunity, God, to make sure that it's not about me. But God, I'll go out there and I'll find those, God, so I can be an extension of you, God. I release my anchor, believing, God, this is not, God, even though this, I will benefit some from this, God, but this is for your glory, God. I release my anchor, God, so that you can get the glory, God, so that I can be consistent and I can be stable. And so when people see me saying, you know what, Pastor Ray, you look like you have your life together, I say, you know what, I haven't always had my life together, but God, see, if I tell you about when you release your anchor, God can do that for you too. Release the anchor. Release the anchor. People always ask, and they always say, I don't know why this or that is happening to me. Or I don't know what this means. And I always struggle to ask that question. And to answer that question, people ask that to me. Why? Because I don't always have the answer. But one thing that I do know, and what I am learning, that you release your anchor, Like the older generation like to say all the time that it says in Habakkuk 2:3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time. But at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it. Because it will surely come. It will not tarry. So what are you saying? Like that you know what, God, I see why now. Lord, I want the appointed time to be the right now time, but sometimes it's not. God, why did I go through what I'm going through, God? Why did I experience what I experienced? God said, the answer is not for right now, but I'm telling you, if you release your anger, God said, I'll show you. I'll show you for an appointed time. It says, though it may take much, though it may tarry, it says, wait for it. It says, it surely will come and it will not tarry. I was watching a movie the other day, and it was the worst movie I've ever seen in my whole entire life. The movie was so bad that I had to call Sydney and Renita. I said, y'all need to come over here and watch this movie with me, right? Misery loves company, right? So I wanted to make sure that they enjoyed how horrible this movie was. But we had family plans that day, and it was time to leave. But I couldn't leave because this horrible movie that I've been watching for over 2 hours, I wanted to see how this whole, I'm going to finish it to the end. Like, you know, I've already invested this much time. I want to see how this movie ends. So I called them over there and they watched this movie, and Cindy looks like, Dad, this is a horrible movie. I said, I know. That's why I invited you over to come see it. But I wanted to see how the movie ended. And I was reminded of that situation while I was preparing my message this morning. I'm reminded, just like the scripture, that our lives, you know, and things in our lives which have not been so pretty, or our true testimony that we don't tell anybody, or those unfortunate events, or a shifting season that we do not understand. But in my prayer time this morning, the Lord told me something that really changed my life. I wrote it down, and the Lord told me, consistency causes confirmation. I'm talking about waiting for an appointed time. You stay consistent. Consistency causes confirmation. If you just stay consistent, God said, I'll confirm it. If you just stay consistent, if you just stay on the path, if you just release your anger, I'm going to show you why you trust me. I'm going to show you why you didn't throw in the towel. Because consistency causes confirmation. There's nothing that you can be good at in life if you're not consistent. If you're not consistent in your marriage will be horrible. If you're not consistent on your job, your employment status will be horrible. If you're not consistent in your walk with God, then we won't be walking into its full potential. Because consistency causes confirmation. And when you really believe in God do some great things in your life, you stay consistent. God said, I'm going to show you. Test me. Prove me. God said, all I need you to do is stay consistent. Release your faith and believe that what I promise you will come to pass. And I don't care how bad the movie is. But the thing is that we need to anchor ourselves so we can see how this movie ends. We know that we win in the end. And between Restoring Hope and Hope Active and Hope Academy, we are embarking on some uncharted territory. And I'm not even going to lie, some of the things that I'm being asked to do scare me spitless. I'm not even going to lie. Because it's things that a path that I've never walked in before. But I feel like, God, why you keep on pushing me? Well, why you move me faster than I'm ready to go? And God keeps on saying that this is what you asked for. This is what you want. Do you trust me? That if I bring it to you, that I can get you through that, whatever it is. And if I give you the vision, that I cannot give you the provision. You release the anchor. I say, okay, God, you be God. At least you can come. And so I think about this. That so many things really sometimes make me want to run, but I can't run because I truly am anchored. So Lord, this is bigger than just me. And I know that unless you can do it, it cannot be done. When I talk about consistency causes confirmation, this is not to highlight me, but I just want to tell you about being consistent. I was going through something, there's some things going on, and people, but some people, are aware of a lot of these opportunities that have been presented to Restoring Hope, Hope Academy, Hope Active, right? And so I sometimes, while I'm at home, I just think about all the things that are being asked me, and all the emails that I get, and all the requests that I get for help, and all these things that I get constantly from all these local schools and all these different things. And I'm not gonna lie, I was afraid. And so me and my wife, one of the things we do is we go grocery shopping together. It's one weird habit that we've always done since we got married, but we go grocery shopping together. And we're in a grocery store, and she'll tell you, because obviously she was there. And there's a lady who just kept on staring at us. So anytime someone stares at me, sometimes I get weird and I stare back at them. But I couldn't tell why she was staring at me. And obviously, knowing that the role that I carry, I can't go there and like, what are you looking at? That's sometimes, she's like, hey, Pastor Ray. Oh, sorry. She's staring at me. I didn't say anything. We continued to go about our business. She followed us all around that store. And I said, okay. And then she came down the aisle, and I'm looking at what is about to happen. I just don't know. All these scenarios go in your head. Maybe did she come to visit the church? I didn't think she ever visited the church, so I was pretty sure on that. Maybe she saw something online. Maybe she knows me from some of the work that we're doing in the community. So all these things, while she's walking towards me, I'm trying to put all these scenarios so I know what kind of hat that I need to put on. Like, do I need to pray for you or do I need to punch you in the face? Let me know. So she comes up to me and she says, sir, I don't know anything about you, but the Lord has been telling me to come speak to you for the last 30 minutes that you've been inside the store. My wife will tell you, she was right there. And she said, all I want to tell you is that the greatness on the inside of you, if you're not afraid, it shall come to pass. This lady has never seen me a day in my life. My wife, we just looked at each other. She's like, I don't even know if you're a believer, and I didn't say, oh yeah, I'm a pastor. I didn't pull out any card. I didn't say anything. I just sat there saying, God, what is it that you're trying to say to me right now? Yeah. And she said that if you don't throw in the towel, and if you don't quit, that whatever was prayed over you by your grandmother will come to pass. And I just told you guys a few weeks ago that my grandmother used to always say, you have greatness on the inside. She used to always speak that you're going to be great, you're going to be great, you're going to do great things. And she used to always speak that over me. And I just looked at her and said, this lady doesn't know me. But what I'm saying, I said, because I said yes to God, God said, I'm going to show you why you released the angel for confirmation. A couple weeks ago, Christmas, and Chris and Michelle and I, we went and we met with all the at-risk school counselors for CCIZ school district. Chris and I, we had our great plan about how we're going to get our mentorship program in all the schools. Chris was trying to have me have like a 56-slide PowerPoint and all these things prepared. You know I love you, Chris. We go in there, we tell them what we're trying to do inside the schools. And she says, well, there's a lot of red tape, we can't do that. We partner with this very large organization, and, we don't know who Hope Active is, and so I'm not sure that can work. I said, okay. She's like, but we'll give you an opportunity for one school. So we said, we thank you for the one school. We were in that school for one day before we got an email saying, we want you to come into another school. Amen. We weren't even in that other school yet before I get a call from the president of CCIZ saying, I've been hearing about this Hope Active. I don't know you, but I'm interested